Assalamu alaikum, guys. This is Ali Baqir Khan with another session of Youth Alumni Association. Today we have Farah Saeed with us. Farah, thank you so much for joining in the good cause. How are you doing today?
I'm doing. How about you, Ali? How are you doing today?
I'm pretty good as well. Okay, so first of all, guys, I just wanted to let you know that Farah completed her master's in mass communications back in 2013, and then from there she started her career journey as a researcher in geo TV, and then she went to foodpanda, zameen.com, couple of different good companies, and currently she's working with a company known as Go High Level as a customer support specialist. Now, being a customer support specialist, you're supposed to handle different customers across, because I mean, as a company like Go High Level deals with a lot of clients across the whole world, so it's not that easy just to manage it. So it's pretty good thing that she's working as a customer support specialist, and that's the reason she has joined us today as well, just to enlighten us with her experience and how she managed to get where she is today. So Farah, can you please go ahead and introduce yourself?
Yeah, let me start with my education. I did my master's in mass communication back in 2011 to 2013.
Okay.
And when I did mass communication, I was very sure that I'm going to opt media as my career.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a couple of internships in Uptak and City 42. And then I joined Geo News as a researcher with a very known anchor, Iftikhar
Okay.
Ahmed.
Okay.
And I worked there for like 1 good year. And then I soon realized that this is not something I really want to do.
Mm.
And not because it was very tough to make your place in the media, but just it was not my cup of tea. So I joined Zameen.com. It is an e-commerce platform,
Mm-hmm.
that it's a very big name in real estate now in Pakistan.
Yeah.
So when I worked in Zameen.com, I worked as an account manager, and then I changed my department to sales.
Okay.
So for like from my journey from university to Zameen.com, I was just exploring what I had to do, which is something I should have known when I was in school or when I was in college.
Okay.
So there comes a career counseling where you need to know when in your life you should start exploring yourself, exploring your interests, and what you actually can do in your life and what you are best at.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what happened in the initial years of my career, and then I joined a couple of other e-commerce companies like Foodpanda.
Mm-hmm.
Foodpanda is again an e-commerce company. It was a very good experience working there. Back in 2019-20, I was working in Foodpanda.
Okay.
And when this pandemic thing started, I just thought to start working from home, and I
Mm-hmm.
didn't really want to go to office and work from there. So I started working in a Pakistani call center named. It was basically a campaign from a US IOLO. So
IOLO.
from there, yeah. So where I am today is started actually from IOLO. So
Okay,
when
one
I worked,
question. Sorry, I'm cutting you here, but this is really important, and you can continue, journey. So people often have an assumption that, okay, for example, if somebody is going to a call center, he or she does not have a career. Can you throw some light on that? Because I see you working in Geo News, Food Panda, not in sales. I mean, you've been into different other industries as well. But what you're trying to say, you started off with a call center. Is that correct? I mean, your
I
career
actually
journey.
started off, yeah, because when I was in Zameen, before that I worked in a also at that time I worked in a call center for 6 months. It was Mindbridge, and I
Mhm.
worked there for like 6 months. It was an Australian campaign, eBay. And then I left it because, like you just said, many people think that's not the career. You cannot continue with this
No, but does
field
that
as a career.
help you out in your overall career grooming? That's my question here, because I mean, talking about you're getting a chance to speaking with different people across the border, if it's in Australia or America. It's all about how we guys take it. I think personally, if you're working even as a chef, as a fashion designer, in a call center as a sales representative, no job is something that we guys should just relate it as, you know, there is no career pathway in that. In call centers, there are
I agree.
supervisors, there are managers. It's not easy to manage
It's
it.
a
I
it's a
mean,
whole
you've got a lot of
industry.
pressure. And then
It's
the fact that people abroad are giving you a chance to actually work for them and at a better
yeah,
rate as well. So why don't we think
that's correct.
beyond, you know, these kind of things? And why do we always have this culture of coming up with negativity in our minds?
Yeah,
If we are
you are
not,
very
are you, are you
right about it.
are you getting my point? So what would you
Yes.
want to tell, you know, the youth out there, that even if they're getting an opportunity in a call center, just go and grab it. Don't think about what people are supposed to say.
Ali, you are very right about it. I mean, when I worked in Mindbridge in 2014, I was like, many people told me that this is not a career. This is, you can do it like part time, but you cannot opt it for your career. So I was like, I was more inclined towards the big companies like Foodpanda and Zameen.com.
Yeah.
But when I worked in, I then worked, as I told you, I worked with IOLO. And when I was working in IOLO, it's like a Pakistani company was, that campaign was outsourced to a Pakistani company.
Okay.
And then I realized I'm working for a Pakistani company. So if I learned from here and I start working directly for a company which is in the US, so I'm going to get better paid. So what I did was I just learned those skills, those CRMs, like there is
It's your
Zendesk,
initial grooming,
Freshdesk.
right? I mean, you get to know how to
Yeah,
interact, you take those
HubSpot.
calls. There are a lot of people here in other industries
Yeah,
that, I mean, who cannot even communicate in English properly. That, again, to me is okay. But if they say something regarding a certain, you know, sector of people, I would never appreciate that fact, because this is a culture we're not supposed to create. Yeah, one thing that we need to make sure is just to keep yourself natural. You're not supposed to
yeah,
fake your accent, or you're not supposed to, you know, try to be like
true.
them. But learning is learning eventually. Even if you're learning as an internee, by going to a bank and just, you know, getting some documents photocopied, that's a learning. Why? Because you get to know how to complete a task. So there is no negativity in learning. Does not matter what the
Mm.
career is. So first thing that I would like to tell people out there, don't underestimate anyone. People from call
Yeah, and
centers have a lot of mind. That's the second toughest job, if you might have heard about it, you know, to handle
I
night
know, yeah,
shifts.
yeah,
I mean, on one hand, you're handling night shifts, then you're dealing with people in US, then you're in sales. There is a lot of pressure. So pressure handling
that's
is
right.
something that's not
Yeah.
easy. So why don't we have that confidence in ourselves to just go ahead in the corporate level after working in a call center? And call center itself is a corporate level thing,
It's
I
a whole
guess.
industry.
Yeah, it's a
It's a
whole
whole
BPO
industry
is a whole
called,
industry.
it's a whole industry. You have positions out there, you have learning out there, you have so many, departments out there. So I don't think so there is anything that we don't have in call centers and in this industry where we have in the other industries, like we have sales, we have customer support, we have, like, there is so much to learn in this industry, I would say, and so much opportunities.
Yeah.
And if people in the countries like US and Australia and Canada, they are giving a very good pay as compared to the
The
other.
pay,
uh, uh
I guess, is transferred on time. Everything is there. There are
yeah,
lots of perks and
that's right.
benefits. I've heard about Mindbridge. I've heard about IBEX, DGS. I've been working for TIG myself for like a couple of years, 3 4 years. And I mean, in different sectors, definitely there is a marketing department there, then there is a HR department. So
Right, right, right.
we need to break stereotypes. That's what my point was. Anyways, continue on with your journey. So you went to that camp in Iolo. What after that?
So yeah, I was working with IOLO and I learned everything I thought I should learn, like talking to people, experiencing different like chat support, like call support, and then ticketing system, everything. And then I started exploring jobs on Upwork. I
Upwork.
started working as a freelancing. Yeah. So I got a job as like a client support specialist on
Mhm.
Upwork in a company. It's Pattern Technology. There's a company
Okay.
Ticket Leap, and it's working under Pattern Technology. So I worked there for like 6 months, and while I was working there,
Mhm.
because on Upwork you can do multiple jobs, so I was doing 2 jobs at a time. So I was working like 15 hours a day, and it was really fun. I won't say that I had a very bad time. I had a very
I
good
mean, you
time,
were
because when you
enjoying
get
your work.
good,
As long as
I was
you're enjoying,
enjoying
does not
I
matter
was
how
enjoying
long are
that.
you working. So that's fine.
Yeah,
That's a good
because
thing.
when you get paid, in dollars, you know,
I
it
mean,
just you're
so
just like,
what you're trying to say is just I mean, go for something that you're interested in. Because one thing that I see that
hmm,
you did your master's in mass communication, which itself is something where you need to have those good communication skills. As an anchor
right.
person, you had that passion. So if you could not be a good journalist, you were into a call center. So you actually utilized that skill. You made some good dollars, and
Yeah,
you know,
that's right.
this is good. So try to build confidence in the youth instead of just coming up with strategies that, okay, I think people who are not good in communication themselves, they just try to come up with these strategies, why
Yeah.
to make sure that they're better than the lot that, you know, the call center lot is.
So
So
yeah, so the first thing a youth should understand is communication is really important, and you should work on your communication, because no matter what industry you are working in, what
yeah.
post you are working on, you have to have the communication skills.
And when should they start doing it?
From
That's my
school
question.
level, I must say, from
Yes.
school level, because there are summer camps, there should be like more workshops should be organized for the students,
Yeah.
and give them the confidence to speak, to come and speak in front of lots of people. Only then
Yeah.
they will have this confidence.
They will have it. Okay.
So when I was working on multiple projects from Australia, and then yeah, there was this campaign Cloud Float from Australia and this Ticket Leap from US, and I was
Mhm.
working on both. And then at that time I got this opportunity from High Level, and this was like, oh, I got my dream job. To be honest, I was really happy. I left both of those jobs and I started working in High Level.
I used to work for High Level. I still remember quite, but
Mhm.
there is a very good management there. The way they, I mean,
Yeah.
it was a startup at that time when I started off. I had to leave because of some other concerns, my family and all. But point being is that I really enjoyed the journey there. And the reason
Yeah.
I got that chance to actually work in High Level, I mean, I used to take Zoom calls back to back and, you know, 30 minutes conversation with clients. Why?
Same. Yeah.
Because I had that communication skill that which I developed from TRG, Keep Trucking, and companies like those. So that's what I'm talking about. You never knew that eventually you're going to land into a job that's like High Level, which is paying you a lot better than even Coke or Nestle in Pakistan. I'll be very honest about it because I know the pay structure out there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, point being is that don't stop the side hustle. You start off with
That's right.
Upwork. Now let me give you an example. You I mean, people who start doing, you know, this Upwork thing, a lot of people out there just tell them, you know what, it's going to take
They
some time.
told me.
Yeah.
No, they told me you're not going to get anywhere. They didn't tell me that this is going to take time. This is what I tell people. It's going to take time. You just have to be patient, and you just have to apply every other day. You have to apply 30, 40,
That's it.
30, 40 proposals every day. So this is what I tell people, but people used to tell me that you're not going to get anywhere on Upwork. So
Yeah.
it took time. So in High Level, what I like most about High Level is you are learning every day.
Okay.
You are like learning every day. There is a new thing every day. There's a new feature coming up with the CRM, and learning is never going to stop in High Level. So we don't have that one script or that one thing that we know and have to tell customers every other day. No, we are coming up with different questions with different things, and
Mhm. I really like it. I mean, there shouldn't be any script involved because I still remember when I used to take Zoom calls in High Level, there was nothing. I mean, they gave you the whole, you know, monopoly of actually going ahead and the autonomy to just go ahead and speak. And there was a learning curve that you were going through. And after, you know, down the road, 6 months, they used to come up with you know, one-on-one meeting and stuff like that, which was a good thing. And I think we should learn, our company should also learn in Pakistan to do it the same way, and don't rush into things.
yeah,
I know that people have experience. Good leaders are always those leaders who attract through charisma, who attract through, you know, their own
right.
examples. But you're not supposed to force the other person to just do something, because people learn by their own interest, by getting into stuff, and it takes some time. I
Yeah.
agree. So my next question to you, Farah, would be that what do you think about lack of career counseling specifically in Pakistan, and how is it related to entrepreneurship? Because I think we have a lot of people who are talented, but there are lesser opportunities. Now, why there are lesser opportunities is because we don't create opportunities. We just go with the flow. A lot of people just want to go abroad. I mean, who are from tier one universities. Why? Because they think that in Pakistan, they don't have much to gain. And they just go there, they work 9 to 5 again, and they just start earning and living their lives. In Pakistan,
Yeah.
from tier two or tier three institutes, they try to move towards big cities. Why? Because there are better careers for them. Now, this is a chain and this is a triangle that we're actually following, right? So, where do you think entrepreneurship should come, and how can we improve it by providing career counseling to people? That's my question.
Career counseling should be started from I think from the schools. I mean, we have schools here, we have so many extracurricular activities we can see there is going on in schools. But particularly with reference to career counseling, we don't have much career counseling for the students in
Right.
O levels, A levels, or college or universities. There should be more workshops, there should be more summer camps regarding career counseling, where they should be students should be provided with the opportunities that they can explore what they actually like to do, what they
Mhm.
are good at. And entrepreneurship is something that many people want to do in Pakistan but don't do, because as you said, there are lack of opportunities, there is lack of guidance, and they don't know where to start from.
Hmm.
I mean, in the era of internet, we have some, like, Amazon is there, and there, like there are so much opportunities are out there, but they don't know they are out there. So yeah, I believe for entrepreneurship, now like many people say that you don't need money to start a business. You just need a brain, and you just need, hard work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe that these things should be guided in schools, in colleges, in universities. And theory is not going to work all of your life. I mean, I
Mhm.
have studied in university. I know there was just theory that we were learning, and there was nothing practical we ever learned.
Hmm.
So yeah, practical learning should be started from the university, college or university level at least.
And how is that going to happen? Do you think, because I have an idea, I have a vision, for example, I need to create a center for career counseling and leadership. This is my business proposal that I would eventually down the road after year two, I'm going to go to institutes one on one. I don't care if I have to
There you
create a
go.
team. I mean, that's my vision.
That's the answer of your question, where, like you said, where how it can be started. So like you are doing that, and
It's
this
pretty
is a very
simple.
good
Just
initiative. I
open
really
a
appreciate.
center for career counseling and leadership. Why? Because let me be
Ah,
very honest. For example, I meet a person, a child who wanted to become a doctor. That's his first priority. But they say that you should always have a plan B. I mean, you can
yeah,
never just go ahead and stick to a plan A. Why? Because I mean, stick to that. But in case you don't get it, the world does not stop. I gave an example to a doctor. I was having a conversation with her. I mean, she's in the final year. And I said that, what about that artist in Hum TV who has, like, 5 million followers? A doctor can never have
yeah,
those followers even in their
that's
entire
right.
life. And then I've seen doctors who are just getting paid 20,000 or 15,000 rupees a month. Again, I'm not going to talk about monetary aspect. Every pay is a good pay as long as you're getting something. But again,
Right.
we need to come up with at least a certain amount that we are able to enjoy as well. So there are a lot of doctors that I see that they become a doctor, then they don't have a career path and they get stuck. I have seen it in my own family, in my own friends. So uh, let's, for example, if a person has good communication skills, he or she comes to me, I can show this podcast to them, that you can get in touch with me, you can get in touch with Farah, she's working in high level.
Right.
And now it's going to be beneficial for those companies as well. It's not just their benefit, right? You
Yep.
might be the recruiter in the coming 2 3 years, or you might be able to refer that person. Why? Because he is good in
Yep.
communication skills. But that is not going to happen until and unless we are not going to even identify he has those communication skills. So
Right.
identifying our potential is one of the most core, most important things that we are lacking altogether. We have a curriculum, we just put a lot of burden on students because we think that this is the best for them. Okay, there are certain basics, for example, maths, English, science, computer. That's fine, but then there comes a time where you are supposed to choose subjects. For example, take an example of
Yeah.
our curriculum, that's matric, right? People are
Yep.
supposed to choose either biology or computer. No, why they
Mhm.
choose biology is because, okay, my mom said that I want to become a doctor, so I want to choose bio. That's not an answer. What are you interested in? What do you think computer has different than biology, and what is your certain aspect? And it's not a one-day decision. You
Right.
need to arrange field trips for them. You
Hmm.
need to come up with those ideas. Forget about the government institutes. In private institutes, people are ready to pay for these things. I mean, 1,000, two
Right.
thousand rupee does not matter, but they're not again doing these things. They do it just for the sake of marketing. We are running institutes just for the sake of our business and our marketing. I'll be very honest. I've been now. Why I'm saying that is
I
because
agree.
I worked with a guy in Silicon Valley.
Mhm.
He came to Pakistan, and I've been to almost all the branches of Lahore Grammar School in Lahore to give
Mhm.
presentations on in-class and vidmaker 2 apps. Then Beacon House, TNS, tier 1 schools. Then I've been to educators, the tier 2 schools. If you talk about talent, I've seen people talented. I've seen students, they've got a lot of talent, and they're scoring, they're securing good marks. But what's the benefit if it's going all in waste? I mean, if we are not able to create leaders, if you're not able to create this that mindset where they're supposed to come up with ideas. So what do you think now, being a prime minister of Pakistan, for example, Farah, you're like, you get
Mhm.
2 weeks, a prime minister gives you an opportunity. Why I'm asking you this question is because I am writing all those ideas down of average individuals, of people like us. I also have those people in my pipeline who are senior most, and we do need their advice. But you guys are the ones who are in the youth category, and you're the ones who's supposed to go ahead and lead in future. We need to have that mindset. If you're not going to take
Yep.
responsibility of providing social responsibility in Pakistan, who else is going to
Yep.
do that? Now, if today one Farah is going to do that, they're going to be one, two, three, four, and then there are going to be thousands and millions of people. And once we create, it's just about the right mindset. Believe it or not, that's it. We have social media, we have good
That's right.
mindset, we have every single opportunity to go ahead and work and excel. But first thing that we need to do is stop gossiping. There is a quote that I always quote mostly in my podcast, and today I'm going to do that with you as well. uh, Eleanor Roosevelt, she said once in a quote that there are three kinds of people. The first category, and which is the best one, is those who talk about ideas. And you
Right.
know why is
Yeah,
that?
I've heard that. Yeah.
Second, who talk about events. Okay. And the third is that category who talk
Who
about
talk
people.
about people. Yeah.
People. Now, we are talking about the innovative mindset. This is an idea that started back in 2013 when I used to work for Berry University, Islamabad, because I saw students with a lot of potential in them. They came up with ideas and stuff. So, if you are a prime minister, let's, for example, now being a prime minister means that you've got all the authority to go ahead and implement things. Give me two strategies that you think they would be the best ones for this nation, and it would solve this problem as well of lack of career counseling in Pakistan. Go ahead.
All right. So the first idea that, you observe the things, you talk to people, and then the ideas, you just gain the idea. So this idea I got from my cousin who came from Sweden, and he told me that when he's in school and in the summer camps, they just go to different fields and work out there, and then they realize what they like to do, and then what they are best at. So this is a very good idea. We can just train the students of the age of about like from 15 to 20 to work in different sectors. Like they can work in engineering sector, they can work in as a carpenter, they can work in a workshop. And like he was working in a workshop, and he told me
I
that I
went to
really like
Hunza.
I
I'm
worked.
sorry, I'm cutting you. I went to Hunza, and women out there, they are carpenters, and they've
Yeah.
designed the Altet and Baltet fort in an amazing way. So don't hesitate. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, so like they can work in different sectors in different fields, as like in a workshop, as a carpenter, as an electrician, and then they can decide if they can become an engineer, or if they want to become a doctor, or if they want to become a software engineer, they want to go in a computer fields. Or so this should be started from the age of 15 or 16. Like What
Start from
happens
basics.
in
That's what you're
Pakistan?
trying to say, right? Start from
Start from
basics.
basics. Start from basics. What happens in Pakistan until we don't finish our university, we have no concept of working.
We
Like,
just keep on going on and on and on, and that's it.
what are you doing? I'm studying. I'm in university. What else? Are you doing any job? Are you working? No, because I'm doing university.
Yeah.
So that's not the
And
reason.
then there
Like,
is a lot of parental pressure. They're supposed to pay a lot of fee. You know, they're in a race. The
yeah,
father goes early in the morning, then
yeah.
he
You
has a
have to get
second
good
job.
marks. It's so the
Yeah.
father says it. Don't do jobs. I'm there for you. So you just have to study. No, this is not like from till the age of 2023. Many students in Pakistan, they just don't start working, which is not good. And then the second strategy I would suggest is the are should be like the organizations like you. I really appreciate you for what you are doing, because I had this idea once in my mind, but you are actually converting this idea into a practical thing. So I really appreciate you for doing this,
Thank you.
like educating youths, helping them out, because you, like just you said, massive talent is there. Massive talent is there, but they don't know that they have this talent. Many youth, many students, many youngsters, they don't know they have this talent. So who is going to tell them what talent they have and what they can do actually in their life?
Yeah, I agree.
So organizations like you are very much needed in Pakistan. They should be supported. They should be brought to limelight. And
Mhm.
then, I mean, youngsters are going to take help from them.
So it's going to be
Many
like,
youngsters are
for
looking,
example, Center for Career Counseling and Leadership should
send
be
them for,
at
yeah,
every level,
at
be it a
every level.
university, be it a school, be it a college. Uh, they should make sure that this center is established. And
In the schools, like in a school, you know that there are music classes, there are drama classes, there are swimming classes. Like every extracurricular activity is there, which is not going to help them in a career.
yeah,
But career counseling is
now
not
they're
there.
gonna say, that okay, we guys all already are doing these things in a way that just to save their money as well, that we are doing it in a way that okay, people are scoring. For example, if someone has good score in English or is scoring good in maths, that means scoring does not evaluate
That
the inner potential. I mean, if I score 100 out of 100 in maths, it does not mean that I like maths. This is not the
yeah,
certain criteria of evaluating that if I'm good at maths, maybe I want to pursue fashion designing. Maybe I just
yeah,
was never made for maths. So based on just the grades, you can never just identify that, okay, I mean, just being good at something means that I'm interested in it. No, it's not. For example, Farah is good in biology because your mind is mapped, right? Accordingly, your mind takes it very
yep,
easy, but it does not necessarily have to mean that, that you like it as well. Are you getting my point? So
yeah. That's very true.
your interest should be, you should go ahead and evaluate whether what the child is interested in, and that is going to happen when you're going to give them enough chances of practically going and exploring themselves. I mean, it could be,
That's right.
for example, if a person is good at cricket, right? Now we have Pakistanis are crazy for cricket, right? I still remember when I was hearing, all those people in Zamamul Haq, Wasim Akram, Imran Khan, the way they won the 92 Cup and how they just went to streets and they chose Shoaib Akhtar out of nowhere. Wasim Akram came in and Zamamul Haq came, and that was one of the best teams, name it. So, we should be exploring these things as well on the other end. Why? Because eventually you're going to get a lot of business out of it. I mean, if you
Yep.
choose good sportsmen, for example, if I wanted to be, I mean, I always used to play cricket, hardball cricket and stuff. I know that there are channels, but I think one more thing that we are lacking in is in marketing. We're not marketing enough. We're not going door to door. We're not going. I mean, if I develop Center for Career Counseling and Leadership, I'm going to start going door to door. I'm going to start making sure that if there is 1,000 student in one school, starting from the day first, there are 365 days in a year. I am going to make sure that on every day, I at least go to 5 parents and I talk to them about their child. And the child knows
That's a
that
really good
he or
idea.
she is being, helped out in a way that they need to come up with this. Just by the end of 5 years, what's going to happen? By the end of 5 years, you're going to get a person who was good in fashion designing. Here, let's imagine he has actually pursued that. Down the road, after 5 years from universities, you're going to get those graduates who were interested in becoming someone, who were interested in becoming an entrepreneur and who implemented it. All you need to do
Yeah.
is connect those people with the right funding authorities, like incubation centers out there. What are they doing?
Right.
I know the internal things that are going on. They're just not spending money in the right way, because people don't even know what sort of centers are those. And believe it or not, I've been interviewing people in America as well. They are giving aids like anything to the people of Pakistan. There is USA, there
Yeah.
is, we are not utilizing it because
That's
internally
right.
we want to have a set of those people who just want to lead and who want to create their monopoly. Let me give you an example. If in your own family it's
Mhm.
happening, for example, you're good at something, you know what, your parents, I'm not sure if they do that, I'm pretty sure they would not, but at times it does happen. You know what, Farah? Just because of their personal jealousy or whatever is going on in family, don't guide your cousin. If she asks you about, "Well, how did you get, to high level?" Don't let her know. I'm not saying it's happening. Again, it
Yeah.
never
Yeah.
happened to you, but it does happen. We have that mindset of, you know, India and Pakistan. We are from those nations who are
Mhm.
who actually take interest in these, and especially women. They so want to go ahead. I'm not saying again that it's,
Mhm.
there might be people
But
who
it's
act,
happening in,
it
yeah, but
it
it's
does
happening in
happen.
our society. It does
Yeah,
happen.
we,
Yeah.
we need to stop doing these kind of things. We need to give
Mhm.
everyone equal chances, because if everyone is going to get equal chance, only then are we going to succeed as a nation. Imran Khan yesterday spoke that we might be one of those countries again that, we might turn into another Sri Lanka. Why do we always talk about negativity? Why don't you talk about that? Okay, if we do this, because the way he came up as a leader, he spoke about a lot of things. We're going to do this, and after 3 and 3.5 years, we were still watching him talking about the same situation, that this is what happened. I was a prime minister, and maybe it's enough. Political
Yeah.
chaos has been enough. Every other party comes in, every other party does the same thing, and we on the other hand are supposed to pay 200 rupees or whatever out of our pocket, and then there is a
Yeah.
lot more burden on our shoulders. What we do eventually is we try to escape. We try to just leave the country. And what happens? The country stays there, remains there. You must have known about the history of Pakistan. There were great leaders. There was
Yeah.
it wasn't easy to get Pakistan. We need people to know about their country's history. I know that O levels,
Yeah.
A levels, Cambridge, just go ahead, explore the world. Even Allah says in Quran that, okay, you're supposed to go ahead. But this is for global people. Every religion, I think, promotes humanity first. So
Yeah.
let's be courteous to each other. In the end, Farah, it was really nice talking to you. This is what my session is, and this is what I try in every session, to just come up with some productivity. Uh, do you have anything to add on? Would you like to share anything before we end it?
Thank you so much, Ali, for having me, because this is something I once had in my mind to do, but I couldn't do. But I love seeing it. You are doing it, and with all the passion. I wish you very good luck for this cause. And I must say, this is a very noble cause, and this is needed in Pakistan right now. I don't see much organizations working on this sincerely. So
Mm.
yeah, wish you very good luck, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Farah. It was nice talking to you guys. All of those who are actually, following us, you guys can just go ahead and spread the word. Why? Because this is something I'm not. I mean, Farah was just a person. I reached her out. She came in for a good cause, and I spoke to her. Why? Because this was again for a good cause. She's doing good in her career. I'm doing good in mine. So we don't need to come up with this. Why we are doing it is just to make sure we take another step to help you people out. So don't hesitate in just sharing it. We share a lot of TikToks. For example, there is a movie coming in, we share that. But try to, I know it's a little dry at times to just listen to these long conversations, but if you're listening, it's going to be for your own good. So try sharing it. Subscribe our channel on YouTube. We've got a Facebook page, a Youth Alumni Association. I have a vision. I'm not going to give up. I'll try to make sure that I go till the end to each and every institute, because in the end, when someone asks me in future what you did for Pakistan, I can at least tell them that I did this. Result is something that we eventually have, to leave on God, and God is the one who has to make sure that he provides you. And I believe in this thing that if you are putting in effort, you do get results. Does not matter what results are
That's
there,
right.
but you get, if you're not getting A, you're getting B at least, but appear in the test. So you get some result out of it. So that's pretty much it from our side. Thank you again, Farah. Take care of yourself,
Thank you.
and
Take care.
we let
Have
you
a
know
good
if we
day.
need you. I mean, if
Sure, sure, sure.
someone
Anytime.
asks you a
Anytime.
question, or if he wants your assistance regarding, becoming a customer support specialist or whatever, I would love to
Sure,
go ahead
anytime.
and circle back to you then. Okay.
Sure, anytime.
Thank
Okay.
you. Have a
Have a
great
good
day.
day.
Bye
Bye.
bye.